that one on, his yellow one. He says, I want my yellow shirt. And I thought, oh, this waistcoat. You know, which was the one he obviously had on yesterday. Oh God, he says, don't use that. He says, you can sell that on eBay. He says, just put me, he says, the colour, the bright coloured one.
I've cried, but he's had enough. I saw him on Monday, seeing him like that was, it's sad seeing somebody suffer. No, it's hard to say, but I'm pleased he's gone. I am pleased he's gone.
Welcome everybody. My name's Jonny Kennedy. I'm 36.
He wants everybody sitting in the crematorium going, what's the significance of the baked beans?
There's my mother. And next to her is my brother. And that's me in the box. I have come back in spirit. I'll tell you the story of my life and my death.
Jonny Kennedy is one of the most extraordinary people in Britain. For 36 years, he survived his very rare and painful genetic skin condition. With time running out, he wanted his last 4 months to be as extraordinary and uplifting as his strange life, and asked us along for the ride. It's going to be a busy summer. Jonny's determined to learn to fly, pay a call on number 10, and have a huge housewarming party in his new dream home. But first, there's the funeral to sort out.
Hello.
Hello there. How do you do?
I'm Jonny Kennedy. I'm interested in purchasing a coffin.
Right, well, I can take you through all the different choices and what's available. Jonny's chosen a pine coffin, plain sides, plain lid, like what's on display there. Right. His measurements, 5'3", you have to give a little bit of tolerance. Yeah. And I would say about 16, 18 inches wide.
I would say 18. It looks more proportional then. Well, 5'3", 16 to turn 16. Over. 16, 5'3", 16.
5'3", 16.
So is that my two sides, right?
What he's got to do now is cut it to length, because he needs to do the boards about 6
I
or
was
4
beginning to think that looked big to me.
I know.
Aye, go on. See, that's the in-state,
yes.
And that's the take it easy.
No one's watching.
Aye. Is it going to be painful? How long will it last? Am I going to drag on and be a dribbling old fart? Being in bed and I cannot do now? And all these sort of things? I'd rather just go to bed, go to sleep, pop my clothes, over with. Look at that, perfect fit.
Right, what do you think of that?
Very nice.
Have you thought about what you'd want on the side?
Well, I would like a tiger and at the far end, the Heinz bean sign. You know?
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. What do you want there? Just a tin?
Just a label.
A label of a baked bean can?
Yeah.
So we put Heinz beans, 57 varieties, all the rest of them in the same shape and everything?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sort that out. No problem at all.
Because I want people sitting at my funeral, nudging each other, going, what's the Heinz bean signify?
Well, I was going to ask you.
It doesn't mean anything, but it'll get them talking, won't it?
But do you not want the answer on? Do you not want the answer underneath?
No. So where would you recommend to sort of keep it? I mean, because I'm not using it like straight away.
A lot of people, have you got an outhouse or garage?
I've got a shed. I've got a shed. Shed's
honestly.
good. I'm not a nutcase. I've got different ideas to different people. And I can't say that I've had many fears in life. Cancer doesn't worry me, it's just another bloody nuisance.
Jonny's rare genetic skin condition, EB, means his skin is constantly coming off and trying to regrow, and eventually it develops terminal cancer.
People, even in this day and age, are still frightened about death. They won't talk about it. And it's such a shame because It's part of life. So why not organise it like you would organise an anniversary or a birthday? Let's get it right.
23 degrees Celsius, that is 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That's your weather forecast, brought to you by...
Jonny's become a local celebrity in Northumberland.
Now, it's back to the music of your life on your station, 107.4 Lionheart Radio.
And a very good morning to you, joined this morning by Jonny Kennedy.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine, sir. How are you doing there?
I'm not so bad. Thoroughly enjoying this, and I'm absolutely amazed at all this technology.
Mentioned earlier on, he's been afflicted since birth with the horrific genetic condition dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa. But despite that, Jonny is very intelligent. Jonny, can we just briefly talk about the condition that you suffer from?
Indeed, yes.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I mean, if people have seen me out and about, they'll have obviously seen that I look a little bit different from the norm. I don't know who Norm is, but I look a little bit different to him. Basically what it is there's nothing there to hold or bind the skin, so any knocks or bumps or friction and the skin blisters and comes away. I like to see it as the skin is like Velcro, so the hooks are missing. So any knocks or severe friction, such as constant wanking, just doesn't go well with the condition, because it pulls the skin off, and then you're knackered.
You've had this condition since birth?
Yeah, it's a genetic condition. Both parents have got to have the faulty gene, and if they pass that down, you end up with someone with my condition.
The chances of being born with EB are 1 in 300,000. Both parents must carry the defective gene.
When Jonny was born, I didn't see him for 2 days. Basically because I think they thought he would die, because they didn't know such a terrible lot about the condition.
Jonny was brought up in Whitley Bay on the northeast coast. At birth, he had no skin on his right leg from the knee down. But from the start, he was a fighter.
I spent a lot of my time just sitting on the step in the garage, watching my brother play in the front drive, because every time I seemed to play, I knocked myself. Being at that age where you're a toddler, your arse seems to spend more time on the ground.
When Jonny was 13, his father Frank moved the family to Rochester in Northumberland, a remote village near the Scottish border.
You don't go into the pub at lambing time unless you want to hear more about sheep and how they've been sticking their hands up sheep's backsides to turn lambs around and pull their legs out and their heads out. You just don't bother.
As a teenager stuck in Rochester, Jonny always hankered after the bright lights of Alnwick, a nearby market town.
Sunny Saturday morning from the heart of Alnwick. This is Lionheart Radio. I've been told that you love this place. Is this true?
It is. There's places you can go to in the world and you just feel right. And Alnwick is just one of them to me. I've been coming back and forward here and it's just always felt my home.
Got a question in here, Jonny.
Go on then.
It's from Dan in Alnwick.
Yeah.
And he says, tell me more about your charity.
Right. Okay. It's called Deborah, which when I'm trying to raise money, people say, who's she? But it obviously stands for the name of the condition with Research Association on the end.
Would you like to introduce the next song? Because,
go on.
Well, they're telling me that you're a Queen fan as well.
Oh, absolutely.
You're the disc jockey. Go for it.
Okay, here we are on this beautiful summer day at Radio Lionheart with Queen's Don't Stop Me Now.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself.
Jonny's thrown caution to the winds in his efforts to publicise EB, parachuting from planes, winning awards and becoming a driving force behind Deborah, the charity devoted to finding a cure for EB.
I think of no better person to receive the Disabled Sports Personality Trophy than Jonny Kennedy.
So don't stop me now.
Yeah.
4 years ago, with the help of Deborah's money, there was a breakthrough. EB skin was treated and made healthy in the lab. This potential cure comes too late for Jonny, but he's tireless in his efforts. Nell McAndrew, the Force's favourite pin-up, supports the charity. Together they're releasing butterflies to symbolise the condition.
Geez, butterflies. This is Willie that he looks after us or keeps us right, whatever.
Yeah.
So how are you keeping?
Oh, not bad, not bad.
It's all rush, all go, is it?
Oh, it is. No, I mean, my
Right.
sister lives up in near Newcastle.
Oh, all right.
No, the Metro Centre.
Yeah, Gateshead way, yeah. Well, if you're up in July, I'm having a housewarming on the 26th of July. You get yourself up there, have a proper party. I'll get some red wine in. How is it? Have we got it this time? No, take it again. We could be here a while.
You just hold that pose like that.
As I say, I hope you do get up north. You're always welcome.
You're not going anywhere, are you?
No, I'll be here, Pet. We'll see you later.
We'll do another one later.
All right, cheers.
A celebrity guest would be perfect for Johnny's housewarming.
I'm knocking people out with me.
Will you butterfly?
EB has wrecked Johnny's body. He has a high voice due to scarring on the vocal cords and hasn't been through puberty. He's a 36-year-old in a child's body.
I haven't had relationships because I don't think enough of myself to get involved. So I've always just, for want of a better word, just flirted, just messed about. But once things get too heavy and that, I just backed off and let other people move in and get on. I don't think it's fair on the other person to have to cope with all that I have to cope with, which is what they would do. I could see right down that t-shirt when she leant over.
I, for one, you know, like a lot of people, you don't realise your own strength.
That's right.
So you don't know how much pressure you are putting on somebody's skin.
I mean, my mother and that, now she likes to give someone a hug and she knows she can't. You know, it's just a case of putting an arm around you and being there and that sort of thing. So I miss out on a lot, you know? But it's just life. It's just life. It's all right. It's all right, I'm used to it.
It's really hard.
You just take each day as it comes. I mean, 36 years. And you just living with dressings and sores. I know one day, with the help that you've given and others, that this will be history. This will be something that's in the archives and people won't have to suffer like this. So as I say, you're part of history. You're making a big difference. Look after yourself and thank you for today.
Welcome.
Cheers. Bye. Take care.
In fact, I've got a little picture for you. But I'll get it.
Fine.
I'll get it.
I'll wait here. I'll be here, yeah? Because, yeah.
Oh, is that from me?
The guy's a pro. I was telling her about the condition and my life and the struggles, and she burst into tears.
Use the sub story again.
I use the sub story again, yeah.
Works every time, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Thank you, Roo. You see, he knows. So, yeah.
And you got a phone number?
No, but she's got mine, which is better than nothing. So she wrote
Johnny's best childhood friend is Lord Rupert Redesdale. He's a working peer for the Liberal Democrats and should be a perfect speaker at the DIY funeral.
It's going to be a different funeral, and I would find it an honour if you would say a few words as a friend at my funeral, if you find that you could cope with that.
Well, I think I could cope, but could you cope with the fact that I get the last word?
You reckon you would?
You know, in one respect, I don't associate Johnny with the condition. You know, it's like, yeah, it's something that afflicts Johnny, but it's not what he is.
No, it's like you're a lord. That's your affliction. And I don't let that get in my way.
I am desperately afflicted with it.
You are?
Yeah, but...
It's made you the way you are now.
But it doesn't, you know, it's not what actually defines what Johnny is. You know, one of the times that I found it hardest, when I went up to visit you, and Johnny was in tears, you know, he just said, I can't take the pain anymore, I want to die. Yeah. And I mean, the amazing thing about you is you've always had this sort of way of not saying that.
Yeah. I suppose at times I've been hard on people like yourself because you don't know who else to turn to. You know, when you're suffering and you're hurting and that sort of thing, you don't know. You're just looking for anything. And that, you know, you just want to get away from it. So you sort of turn to anybody and say, I've had enough. What do I do?
It was a bit of a shock when he first came up and said, you know, this is what it is and I'm not going to survive this one. He says, I'm doing this film, and he says, but I'm a bit worried about the schedule. He says, I'm not dying to bloody schedule.
I know, I said to Rue, I says, now when they've done all the main filming, I hope they don't want me just to go to bed and lie and die, and sort of the cameraman and soundman's going, how are you feeling?
Is he dead yet? No, I'm feeling better.
Don't give him any more water. Are you feeling sleepy, son?
10 months ago, just across the river at St Thomas's Hospital, Jonny was told he had a year to live. His battered skin had finally given way to cancer. Because of this, he was determined to leave home and set up on his own.
Whatever happened, for however long it may be, I wanted to spend time where I always wanted to be, which was over in Alnwick.
Jonny has a team of round-the-clock carers, whilst his mum is a regular visitor.
Do you know, if we put them all together, we could have little minis.
Little what?
Little minis.
Oh, not more.
Oh, that's a good
bigger
one. That's a good one.
Oh, that's your... Oh, there's your chest.
Aye.
It was September the 11th last year when he was diagnosed with the tumour, and that was it. He was off.
I remember we'd left the hospital and we were on Westminster Bridge, and you said, where do you want to go?
Yes.
And I mean, I'd been given the most, to whoever you are, the most devastating news. And I just shut my eyes and I could feel the breeze from the river and the sun on my face, and I thought,
for either. That's why I would probably say, where do you want to go? Because I was lost as well. Totally lost. Basically, you can't believe it, really, although you know it's true. And the trouble is, nobody sort of can tell you anything, you see, apart from they wanted to remove it. But Jonny, maybe in his wisdom, I don't know, decided that was, no, he wasn't going to have any surgery.
Everything was happening, new house, getting me independence back, all of it's coming around, and then you get kicked in the bollocks when it comes to somebody saying, right, Kennedy, you've got cancer. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I believe that we'll all come down to Earth to learn lessons, and that Earth is a classroom. I feel I came down to understand what it is like to be in discomfort all your life, to learn about frustration and possibly overcome that. Good. I know in my heart what I believe. I've been to different religions, a bit like a pick and mix. I know what I'm comfortable with. I believe in a God, and that's it. I never knew the words. I was always a crap singer. The spiritualists believe that there's life after death, and they have the open circles where they bring Auntie Doris down or Uncle Bill, and they give a lot of comfort to a lot of people. Never enjoyed the Harvest Festival.
They may be uplifted mind and body, hand and spirit before they leave these doors.
It's this belief in the afterlife that has comforted Jonny as it gives purpose to his often unbearably painful life. Jonny's mum and dad brought him to the spiritualist healing circles at the age of 4. He's known one of the ministers, Beanie Greenshields, ever since. She's first choice to host the funeral.
Jonny, can I just say to you, I've been aware of a gentleman nearly all week for some reason. And as a gentleman, I feel he would have walked on the hills. Now, it's not your fault.
No, no.
All right? Just before I leave you, can I give you an Alsatian dog?
You
No.
can.
No.
But
No. Then I'm not with you, Jonny.
No.
So can I just say thank you?
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you. Well, you know, I've asked you and George to sort of conduct the service.
I do, yes.
So I've been having a bit of thought as to how I want it put together. I mean, everything that I'm doing with the coffin and that sort of thing, I'm hoping should bring a smile to people's faces. So it should be quite good. Well, I suppose it's closer to home now.
Yes, it is. It's getting very close.
It is.
Yes.
And all you want to do is to have somebody with you, to take the hand and say, and reassure you that this is going to be all right.
Sometimes I think it's a matter of someone saying to you, now's the time, giving you the permission, really, isn't it? If people would look beyond what they see and look into you and see the spiritual side and the person you are, rather than what they're seeing on the shell part, they would see a lovely soul,
right,
or lovely spirit.
You see, do you know if you've learnt your lesson? Or do you go to your maker and he goes, you boobed, you didn't learn that bit, you'll have to go down again and do it all again. I feel I have learnt my lessons. I feel I have come to terms with it and come to terms with people around me, like my father. People when I'm out in the street. I don't get frustrated when they say, what's wrong with you? Can I hold a door for you? I don't say, oh, fuck off. I'll manage myself.
Jonny's only had one day in his life without bandages. 75% of his body is covered in sores.
And what's the cycle of the bandage changes?
Oh, once a week, you mean? On the back. The other one's just as really needed.
Oh, Jesus. Do something, please. Don't just sit looking at us. Even after 36 years, you need to get your head round the severe discomfort and pain. Just gently, easy, slowly, slowly, gently.
Something feels stuck down here.
Yeah.
Due to the constant scarring, the skin has closed up over Jonny's hands and feet, making them useless.
That's it. Once you're inside, I'm fine.
Have I got hold of everything? I think so. I think that's an extra piece.
Oh, I didn't. What are you doing? Oh, you pulled on that one back. Shit, sorry, just thought it.
I sometimes look back and wonder how I've managed, to be quite honest, but you do. If you work day by day, it's a job you get on and you just get it done. If you can imagine picking up a newborn baby to be fed, to be changed, and every time you pick that baby up, you're blistering it.
God, that stuff stings.
Sorry.
Oh. I was asked one time if I would carry on with a birth knowing that an EB child would be born. And I said no, I would terminate. It's not just a disabled child that's being born. It's disabling a whole family.
There's now an intrauterine prenatal test for EB, so abortion is an option. It wasn't available when Jonny was born.
Yes, had I been in a more modern situation and found myself pregnant, I would have aborted the baby, and not felt guilty about it as some people do, having seen what these children have to go through. I'd rather Jonny had been born physically all right, healthy, but no, I'm not sorry he was born. Basically, the person I feel more sorry for was Simen, because Simen missed out on a lot. He had a sibling, but he wasn't able to roll around with him and fight with him and play with him in the way two normal, healthy boys would be able to. Sorry, why am I not in the right place? Jonny had to be looked after, he had to be cared for, which I've done as best I could. Whether it was right or wrong, I don't know, but I've done what I felt was my best. And I couldn't do any more. Jonny's father never came to terms with it. I think maybe we felt it was sort of a slight on his manhood, I don't know. Well, I mean, we're each carrying the gene, so we were each as responsible as the other. But Jonny often feels he missed out on a lot, actually. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my hand a bit later.
Right. Oh.
Some nights are better than others. I kind of catnap more than anything, you know. You kind of sleep for a bit and then, I mean, most people are thinking when they turn over, it's an automatic reaction, where when I turn over, it's a major exercise. So you wake up and you turn over. Oh, it's just you stick. If a bandage comes off or something like that, you can stick to the bed. Your head sticks to the bed. Yeah. Don't know if I'll drink that way.
Well, I'll give you.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming. Coming over. If I want to get rid of the pain and the discomfort, I take myself to imaginary places. If you can't get away for at least a few minutes or whatever, you couldn't cope. Right, picture this, everybody, picture this, right? Shut your eyes. We're on this mountainside, right? And it's a nice warm day, blue skies. There's the odd white fluffy cloud passing by, but basically it's blue skies. Slight breeze, and you're sort of sitting next to a stream, and the water's so clear you can hardly see it, but you can hear it rippling by. And just let the branches of the trees sort of fan you. And I sort of go somewhere like that, and it's just peaceful and everything's there.
tight, wasn't it?
Yeah, just sail free for a minute, just let me get myself composed.
Okay.
When I die and become spirit again, right, and my soul is free, I think I'd get bored if they say little angels sit on clouds plucking their little harps, you know, and that all day. I'll be up there getting them off their clouds, doing drops of 1,000 feet, then pulling up. I think you need to spice things up a bit. Get away from me, face.
Back on the ground, Jonny goes to pay his last respects to his dad, Frank. Jonny hasn't visited the grave in years.
This is not going to be a good day. This is not going to be a good day. He was a very fit man. He liked to cycle and rock climbing. And he didn't drink. He liked the occasional pipe or cigar, if he could scrounge it off me. He just found the whole situation of me just a total embarrassment.
In those days, little was known about EB, and Frank tried several home remedies, including saltwater baths and exposing Jonny's sores to fresh air.
What's my thing about flies? Well, when I was younger, my father stripped me off of all my bandages and stuck me in the garden. And I don't think it was a very good memory. And ever since then, I've never really liked flies. Look at them on my hand, feeding on me bloody hand, I'm crying. If we're sent down to learn lessons, I don't think he learned his, which was to care and to help others. And I think that's why he died at 62, because he just wasn't getting it. He wasn't grasping the reason as to what life was all about. But that was just manic down there. But as I say, maybe it was him, he knew that that would send me packing. So maybe he doesn't want the word.
I mean, he used to have a joke. My dad used to go into the bedroom to check on him in the morning. He would say, "I'm still alive."
Aye.
And that became an ongoing joke.
I mean, great, your father thinks you're going to snuff it every night you're going to bed. Well, that should have done it.
I've got him.
And if I had anything living on me, it's dead. Jolly good.
If you open your wallet, I'll spray the moths.
I'm not just having any ordinary funeral. So, as I say, no, I'm organising a proper
Are we
send-off.
going to be warned beforehand?
Well, up to a point. A lot of people know who and what I've got organised, so it'll all just hopefully fall together. And that's what I was going to ask you.
You're joking.
I've got to have some family see something. The mother's not going to be a fit to
Well,
say
who
sausages.
is?
Oh, bollocks. You can say something, you can say, thank God that old fart's gone. Do you not reckon?
I must admit, it's another one of those fantastic things you've asked me to do.
But I feel it's important to have some family speak for me. To say something.
But I'll have to say nice things.
Well, it's up to you. I'm not going to be there, but I'll come and haunt you.
So I've got to say nice things.
Are you worried, like?
Let's find something nice to say.
As long as he stands there and says a few words, he can say what he likes. I don't mind, but just to know that my brother stands in front of everybody and at least thanks him for coming and says I was his brother. And that'll do for me.
I know when the end does come, if I'm still here, I'll have that many emotions going through me because, number one, it'll be a relief for Jonny, the release, but it'll be a relief for me as well. So I'm going to feel that. Then I'm going to feel terribly guilty, feeling relieved that he's not there. And on top of all that, I'm going to miss him desperately.
That's Nell. It's just a natural picture. The colour.
It's nice.
We're chatting. I've got a
Were
butterfly.
they on her?
What?
The butterflies on the top?
No, on her head. That was just a headband kind of thing. She's got a Deborah necklace on, which she's asked to keep. It's just a really natural shot. I think it's really good. Lots of colour.
It is. It's very nice.
Isn't it?
It is, actually.
Thought I might have that framed and put in the conservatory.
Oh, good idea.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you fancy Nell McAndrew?
Yeah. She was a very nice lady. Fancy, what's not to fancy? I mean, yes.
Jonny isn't finished yet. He's still determined to host his housewarming party and visit number 10.
Gotcha. There we are. Success today. How heavy is it? Well, you can hold it. Wait, look at that. And the conservatory's on. That's great, thank you. That's brilliant. I have to say, my mum did us proud again. Didn't let us down, not that I ever thought she would. That is brilliant. My brother did a stunning job with the barbecue. Well, I know I couldn't have done it without him, but that's what families are for.
Well, it's odd, you know, because everybody's here going, well, it is a housewarming, but in one respect, it's also everybody's coming to say goodbye to Jonny, and because he's got friends from all over. And it's, I suppose it's had this odd feeling, because it is quite bizarre, you know, and everybody's been talking about it, but it's got a nice feeling as well about it, because it's very relaxed and very friendly.
Don't be shy.
Look up.
You look after yourself. How are you?
I'm alright. Managed it.
Great. Were my directions okay?
Very good.
Have a
Very
seat.
good.
What's all this? What's all
We
this?
didn't know what to get you. We didn't know what you'd have, so we've...
What's this?
To round off the day, Jonny's VIP guest has turned up.
A few bits.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
You know, that, well, my mum said that day, we've talked about it ever since, and just any, you know, like talking to you really, it made everything even more clear, because you were saying just anything that, you know, is a help. Yeah. And that's what, you know, that's
So
what really
important.
makes a difference.
Does.
So you'll be pleased to know I'm going to run the marathon for you next year.
Oh yeah, great.
Because you've inspired me to run the marathon.
I'm sure. Thank you very much.
So I'm scared to death. I am. I really am. I'm thinking, how on earth am I going to get all the way around? But you know, I mean, you've done parachute jumps. You've done your trolley.
I was gliding. I had me gliding, doing the loops.
Gosh, stuntman. Maybe that's, you know, a new career.
New career.
Yeah.
EB stuntman, the first ever.
Have you got it?
There was a few highlights, but obviously Nell came, if that's what you're getting at. Oh, it makes it more special. Yeah, it really does, to get everybody together and see everybody, because, yeah, you don't know if it'll be for the last time or whatever. Again, it's death, and it's part of death, leaving people, so we all know that. My mum knows that, my brother knows that. Okay, I'm emigrating, I'm leaving. I'm going to somewhere that they can't join me at this moment in time. But for me, it's a freedom, it's an escape. So to accept what's to come is to know that you're going to have to say goodbye.
He's just got no interest in food at all, and watching him eating is hard work. He's finding food very hard work. So there's not much you can do.
I sorted. I'm just about sorted. I'd just like to clean up the ends so everybody knows what they'll be doing and that sort of thing. But yes, I'm not worried about anything. Apart from how long this goes on for now. Anybody who says any different are liars. They're liars to have gone on all this time with a body like mine and done what I've done. And they're going to get cancer like this. If anybody says, oh, he was just a whinge, aye, I believe them. Huh.
You're torn in two different directions. You want to be here, you don't want to be here. Because you always feel, being here in the position of being a mother, that it's more difficult for Jonny, to be quite honest.
And Jonny, do you like your mother being around at the moment?
Sometimes. That's a political answer.
Now just one thing left. Deborah, his charity, has been invited to number 10, and Johnny's going no matter what. This could mean serious money.
Maisie's going to London.
So am I. I tried. I don't think he's fit to it. I was told to mind my own business. So I am doing just that. Hey?
By your own son?
Yes. Yes. I think he feels that this one could bring in the charity a large sum of money. Because he feels that for every halfpenny that they get, it's maybe a halfpenny towards anybody else not having to put up with this awful condition.
Even if it kills him going there?
Even if it kills him going there, yeah. That's the way he feels. I haven't actually voiced that to him, but yes, I got that impression.
Jonny, why is it so important to go to Downing Street?
It's just another Deborah,
But you're not getting one.
Hopefully he'll bring in a lot more money.
Jonny talks to Cherie Blair, and she agrees to attend future Deborah fundraisers. It's the breakthrough Jonny was looking for. The next morning, Jonny's going home.
Jonny, I spoke to your mum, and we're going to get you home on the train, okay? So just bear with us and we'll sort you out.
The only time I've ever been sad about death is when I lost my cat. Because it was the first pet I had, but actually people, I know inside that there's more to life than this mortal coil. It's a very shallow-minded person who thinks that somebody is born and dies and that's it. I haven't gone through 30-odd years of suffering and doing what I do and looking at other people who are born and die with cancer, with AIDS, or whatever, and think, well, what was the point of that? There is a point to everything, and we're here to learn, and it's just a learning curve, and we'll move on. And this is just a shell. It's just I've got a dodgy shell.
It's going to be hard for your mum now, isn't it?
she's done her job. She's, you know, she's gone and looked after him till the end.
I don't know what the symbolism of the tiger.
The tiger, if you have listened to the Queen, I'm having a good time, like a tiger defying the laws of gravity. That's where that's come from, and the tiger is the strength.
Friends, at this part of our service, this is a very special song of Jonny's by Queen.
Jonny asked me to say a few words a couple of months ago, and my first reaction was, he's done it again. He knew exactly how to get what he wanted, and as his brother, I've had that all my life, and probably many of you sitting out there have been in that position as well. And I think that I can speak for all his friends and family when I say that we'll miss him, not because of that wretched body, but for his wicked sense of humour, his courage and determination, and his way of never paying for a round of drinks.
My name's Jonny Kennedy. I've told my story, and I hope it's given you something to think about. I may see some of you around. Maybe it's in the next life, or maybe sitting on a cloud, who knows. I'm away now.
Supersonic man out of you. Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.